Hey everyone, this is Lucid. Welcome back. We're going to be doing another episode with Lemuria in our Lord of the Flies game. It is turn 35, and let's see what we have going on with Midgard. If you recall, the focus of this next phase is going to be taking the northern island. So, okay. A message has arrived from Utgard. We and surely other nations appreciate your sacrifices against Midgard. Pretty soon we'll join the fray and turn the tide against them. Dire important. Ryla has put up Mother Oak. Not super excited about that. We have someone who's cast Revive Grand Lemur. We have a Quicksand. Water Gems. Okay, so let's check these out. These are mostly pings. I'm going to start pinging him a lot more just to see what he's got in different spots. So this is just 5 vans, so that would be a good target for my console raiding party. Was this really all that was there? Okay, so he pulled all of his stuff out. That was odd. Not sure where he put them. He probably put them right here, anticipating I was going to attack, but then I juked back this way. So that would have been funny if I had gone here. I would have raided his temple and then... yeah, that would have been funny. So anyway, we're doing an attack here now. This is basically just enough troops. Okay, I don't know why I'm moving these guys in. They're probably going to die. Okay, anyway, we're doing Wailing Winds, which will hopefully cause them to retreat, then a bunch of Clouds of Death, which is pretty damn good. And then, yeah, that's basically it. A bunch of Cloud of Death spam, and then a bunch of units. I'm not bringing everybody. Like, if we look at who's still gonna... oh, no, I am basically bringing everybody. So hopefully I win. Hopefully I win. Here we're attacking with basically a little thug army. Don't know what all he's gonna have here. Don't know if this will be successful, but we'll find out. Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty risky. Just looking at it and looking at the kind of mage support he has, I don't know if this will work. And I have Evocation 7, so I could do Wind of Death, but I kind of want to attack with my main army. Though realistically, doing a few Winds of Death to soften them up and then doing my main army would probably be better. Anyway, this is what we're going to do. We're going to move in, we're going to be dropping a lot of stuff. And I think I have my Holy 4 guy somewhere here. Yeah, he'll be doing Unholy Power. We'll see. It should work. Clouds of Death is a really good spell. Wailing Winds I should do, though. Wailing Winds is so nice. And I think that's it. One second, I gotta pause. Okay. So that's basically the plan. We're also going to be doing some apostasy spam. Hopefully that works out. I don't know if it will. These flagellants are kind of shit. They're just going to die. But they will have Reanimator, which I don't know if that will help, but they might turn a few guys into ghouls. And then I've got a small army coming in here, where we're going to be doing a bunch of Cloud of Death spam also. Not sure about this in terms of tactics, because my goal is to spread them out and then concentrate force on some of his smaller armies since he's bigger and doesn't want to invade. Probably, if I could have, should have like doubled down here rather than this. But what I saw and talked with Calum after this turn is he kind of got crushed by Midgard. So I'm trying to keep Calum engaged by softening up Midgard again so that Calum has just a bit of an edge. So anyway, we're going to try that again here. We're going to pull some dudes in. Plus, I know what's here now. So, unless he moves a big army in, these guys should take it. I don't know. We'll see. So that is this turn. And I think next turn will be turn 36. Okay, so we have a lot of activity. First of all, we're getting up Conjuration now. I think that's Conjuration 3, so we can now do Power of the Spheres, and then we're running up enchantment. So he is raiding us here with a single Vanjarl, which I think I have nothing here. Yeah. So he gets that now, my turn. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so this appears to just be PD. Low mark, okay. Then there's a battle here. This is our... Before this was just 5 vans, and he's reinforced it so there's a lot more vans. Okay, and we can see, so this is the animation for Cloud of Death. And Cloud of Death, it lingers for like, I think 3 turns, and it does, I want to say 6 armor negating damage, but it's magic resistance negates, and it doesn't affect undead, so I don't have to worry about friendly fire. But it will do a good job at popping their glamour, and then it should do a good job at killing them also. But in this case, you can see I just didn't have quite enough. Not quite enough. But if we look at that, 2 of my Grand Lemurs ran. 1, I think one of them died also in the retreat. Yeah. But we... Oh, it says I conquered it. So, I don't know. The battle report's wrong. But you can definitely see how I would have won with all the Cloud of Death coming down. And we killed just a huge number of vans. I mean, we killed 22 out of 30. That's pretty awesome. We killed a Vanjarl. So this was a really expensive fight for him. And we'll come down here. We're pinging them here with the scout, and he doesn't have too much. Just has a few vans. This, I think, is our... No. Okay, we're pinging that with the scout. And then this is our big battle. Okay, so there goes Wailing Winds. We got Blade Winds coming out. Okay, that's gonna hurt. A lot of Thunderstrike spam. My front line is not gonna last very long. I don't know if I brought enough troops. If you can tell, the black things right here, these are Wailing Winds, so if you get hit by this, you're gonna lower your morale. This purple haze is Cloud of Death, which is going to be doing that armor negating but magic resist damage. Okay, not sure what my guys are casting back here. Are they like totally fatigued out? What's going on? No? Alright, what are you guys doing? Okay, we're casting some more Cloud of Death. Okay, that's good. These guys are covered in Cloud of Death. Doesn't seem I'm getting it up here on these guys. But we might get a retreat soon. With Wailing Winds up, they've lost a lot of troops. They may retreat. But I also may retreat too, because I've lost a lot of guys. And normally Wailing Winds would have this army like in full retreat. We can see a lot of guys running here. Okay, and then we got them to rout. And like that we won. However, unfortunately, I think it says we were defeated because the battle replays are not the same. I don't know what this is. Don't know what this is. It's annoying. It may have to do with different game versions, as I mentioned, because this was from like a few updates ago. But you can see how I would have lost if my guys retreated. And in fact, it shows them taking like very few losses, like trivial losses, whereas in this replay they got totally crushed. So not sure what happened. But anyway, it ended up being a very expensive battle for me because I lost a ton of stuff. I lost these 2 mages, which are not immortal. I lost my console. These guys all retreated. I lost 300 troops, which I need. And he lost literally nothing. Literally nothing. Now in the battle you can see that it looks like I won. But anyway, there have been a couple big patches since this happened, and I don't know the cause of all the battle replay bugs, but there's a ton of them, and hopefully we get that fixed at some point. But anyway. Okay, so this army here, which was successful, I had pinged this before, and I don't think they can move troops from here all the way to here, so we're going to go ahead and raid this. And we'll just be doing Nether Darts and then Cloud of Death. Hopefully that works. We'll be raiding this or we'll be taking this back with a small army. And, this dude's going to come here. This dude's going to defend. We're going to move in some more troops here. He's probably going to want to attack this and take it back. If he does, I'm moving in my Pretender, and I have her set up to do Wind of Death spam with enough troops and put it in a position where, like, this is probably going to take a lot of their evocations, this block. And then this is going to be enough to hold off the Vans for a little bit while she's able to get through her full Wind of Death script. So that's kind of the plan. I'm kind of hoping he pulls everybody in and attacks me, but I'm taking away any superfluous troops, like troops I don't need, etc. And this guy's coming back because I'm going to have him come raid up this way, I think. In terms of events for nature gems, I'll pull up research again. We haven't talked about that in a while. So we're going to be running up enchantment. I really would want to run all the way up to enchantment 6 because that will unlock rigor mortis, but enchantment 4 will unlock anti-magic, which will be pretty important. It'll make me a little more resistant to my own Winds of Death casting if I want to do that in a battle. And it's also just going to help my troops against some of his astral stuff. And I think that's it. We are going to be pulling someone down to site search here. Because I haven't site searched that. And forests are actually pretty good for death gems, so it's always worth doing a death site search in a forest. And yeah, that's basically it. We're going to be just raiding here, causing him economic damage and attrition. Let's check diplomacy. We continue to struggle against Midgard. We killed 30 Vans this turn, which was quite the accomplishment, but it cost us 500 goes, so it came at quite the price. Currently, Midgard is holding off Calum, Ryla, and myself. I'm impressed, but not tremendously surprised. Hopefully we can win some kind of war of attrition. It doesn't look like Ryla's making huge headway down here, so I don't really know what's going on. And Calum certainly is not being very successful, so I don't know. Sometimes having weak allies is as good as having no allies. Fortunately, Calum is pretty well forted, so he doesn't... Like, if he loses, I'm not worried about Midgard getting bigger. But anyway. That is the end of this turn. So we'll go ahead and pull up the next turn, which I think... Is it turn 37 or it may be turn 38? Okay, so we have a message from Utgard. We have a few tricks up our sleeve that Midgard may not have seen before. Any advice or intel to offer? I think I ended up talking with him in Steam. I don't send anything through in-game chat on this. Enchantment. We've gotten it up to level 3. Okay, let's check this out. So, we take this back. Just PD. He attacks us here with one van. I think he's trying to suicide this guy. Oh yeah, this guy's insane, so he doesn't want him anymore, and has battle fright. Insane 6 isn't really that bad. He's probably still useful. I don't know why he would go on top of a fort, which is basically certain death. Well, he almost sniped my commander, so I take that back. So this is the army we were moving in to attack. This was the army that won the battle last turn. But it seems he brought in a bunch of Storm Demons, which these are one of the late mid-game plays for Midgard, is they can get a lot of these guys, and Storm Demons are so good. They really are. So yeah, basically with that, they just crush me. Very, very sad. So that battle, we lose pretty decisively. We lost our Mage of the Autumn, which is unfortunate, because these gold human mages are very expensive for me to summon. I don't want to lose them, and I've been a little too free of using them. I would much rather have them researching than what they did in battle, so I'll probably be more cautious about using them in the future. We have a battle here with Midgard, where he's just taking this back, so this is 1 PD. And then we have a battle in Abysia. So Abysia is coming out of his fort. And you can see he just unleashes a horde of fire elementals. And as I said, these guys are some of the best counters against Skelly Spam. They just burn through skeletons. So he's going to be in a world of hurt here. And yeah, he gets all of the Chthonian Reanimators, so this is a really big win for Abysia. It ends up costing him a fair amount of frontline troops and a couple mages, but I think his Pretender dies too, but that's not a big deal. He kills a ton of Agarthas stuff, so that's really good. Abysia is not really in a position to come back, but he is going to make this war expensive to Agartha, which, you know, is a nice kind of final screw you for attacking me. Some events, we have some air gems, we have some blood slaves, and then we got a sword of sharpness along with some additional gold. So those are all quite nice. And then we get one of our heroes, the Shade King. The Shade King is pretty cool. He gets to summon units, just like other priests, but he auto-spawns Shade Beasts, which is quite nice. And he gets kind of a lot of them. So if you have this guy, you can get a pretty big horde of Shade Beasts pretty damn quickly. Kind of cool. He's also stealthy, so you can use him to lead raids. I think that's kind of a bad use for him. I'd rather have him reanimating and being someplace safe, but yeah. Okay, we're going to send this guy to raid up here. These guys are going to hang tight. It's going to look maybe to him like we're trying to build a fort here, given that our Pretender's sitting inside and other things. But he also knows I have Evocation 7 because I was doing Winds of Death. I mean, I was doing Cloud of Death. So he's going to be probably a little cautious about attacking me here, but we'll see. Meanwhile, we're going to site search here. And we're going to keep pinging these provinces. But these wars, this was kind of not super successful, so I'm going to kind of hang tight here. And you can see, just even though I'm inflicting a lot of attrition, I'm not able to hold on to anything that I claim. He has enough reinforcements and enough strong enough reinforcements that I'm basically pushing into like a wall of jello. And that's because kind of economically he's way stronger than me. He's so big. But this is a good way to ensure I don't get ganged up on by other people as long as I keep enough people to defend my forts. And Midgard, I think, is he's a really good player. I know who the player is. So combined with the fact that he's good and very big, I'm really, really hurting him economically here. And recruiting, like, these guys wouldn't have attacked him if it wasn't for me. So all in all, we're putting a lot of economic hurt on one of the best players in this particular game, who's also the largest. So we're going to kind of carry a soldier forward, and I have enough critical stuff to do now that he's going to be in a lot of trouble. I think, especially once I start getting my Winds of Death traps working well, which I haven't done yet, but hopefully he bites on it this turn. And I think the tides are really about to turn against him. I'm still willing to kind of call a peace if he gives me these things back, but otherwise, nope. He will learn his lesson the hard way that attacking me and not finishing the job is probably not going to be a good idea. And I think that's it. So thanks everyone for watching, and have a good rest of your day.